What's going on, guys? Welcome to week number 14, the last week of the regular season before conference championship week, and that'll be posted Saturday. We're doing this actually. My brother is here this time around. We're doing this because this is a big thank you to you guys. Thanksgiving was last week, and my posts have been a little late on Saturday nights. So as a thank you to you guys, we're doing this early on in the week, and plus to kind of get it rolling a little bit.
Well, we're a week behind the in terms of real life. They only have 14 weeks in real life. So conference championship games are this weekend as of the recording. So we're trying to do our best to stay on track as well.
Right. Yep. And plus, I mean, college football in this season, this NCAA 14 is 15 weeks long.
Right.
So yeah, we're on schedule to be a week behind when we even first started this.
Correct.
So, despite starting it on week number 1 of the NCAA football college season. So, you guys can see here we got Cape Coral and Daytona State leading us off. Look at Ray Salas.
Bullfrog fans, not much to cheer about here.
Nope. As a 7-0 lead early on, Ray Salas gets that vultured touchdown. Talk about your team here. You're the Cape Coral.
Cape Coral, yes. They're still quite a ways away. However, I would say that they're on the cusp.
Oh, on the cusp
that
of
might be generous. I think they're 2 years away.
We got a couple fans out there for the Bullfrogs, for
yes.
sure. People love them some Bullfrogs.
They're starting a lot of true freshmen.
Oh, God.
And that's Olanzio Cunningham with the breakup. I think he's a pretty good defensive back. He's probably one of the best defenders on the team.
Well, they need as many playmakers as they can get, as Vernon Callahan is already up to 15 yards on the first reception, and then Antoine Claiborne
That's
chips
a surprise.
in for, go figure, 14 yards there, and then Mike Picoletti, so everyone's getting involved, dives for the end zone 12-yard touchdown reception. Daytona State's already up 14-0. I mean, beginning of the second quarter, I'd say that they're holding them. They're holding them down for a really good offense that Daytona State has.
Yeah, it might be generous.
Sergio Ramirez gets this reception for 12 yards, and then a triple. Well, I was going to say triple option. It faked me out. But a 2-yard gain there to D'Angelo Houston. Blitz here. Barajas finds Kale. Is it Kale?
Kale Pryor.
Kale Pryor, the tight end. So good job there to find that security blanket, and then a little read option here, and Barajas is going to pick up a nice gain there for 9 yards. Sets up 1st and 10.
Barajas, he's a capable runner as well, so he's a dual threat. Although, I mean, passing game will need some work over the years, but he is going to get there.
It's coming. Oh, a little toss play action there. Play 2. Pickup of 10 yards for D'Angelo Houston. So
they got to use misdirection. They can't beat people straight up. They got to be innovative.
Good job there by Curtis Newell, the wide receiver. He makes plays as of late. Curtis Newell, the wide receiver.
Newell he's a true two-way player.
Claude Silva with the deflection. Go ahead. Sorry.
Is that a lack of depth on Daytona's part, or is that just him being good enough to play both ways?
It's not because he's good enough.
Okay.
It's simply because of red shirts. 3rd and 9 situation, and Claiborne is going to make this grab. You guys saw the field goal on the last possession by Cape Coral, so it's now 14-3. Picoletti is going to get involved again. He's going to have a game where he doesn't get utilized a whole lot. He picks up 24, and then Claiborne on the slant route for a 5-yard catch. You gotta. I mean, he's up to over 100 receiving, 100 receptions already.
You got the school record.
13 touchdowns now. And then look at Picoletti here, 21-3, and he's going to catch this thing for 15 yards. Little play action there, and then Picoletti yet again going to dive in for the end zone. Now it's going to be 28-3 after this extra point, but good effort there by Picoletti. Now, not a whole lot left going on for Cape Coral. Another score here for Daytona State. Field goal by Garza, 31-3.
Clearly overmatched.
Oh, yeah. Overmatched for sure. Travis Cruz picks this off. That's the 3rd turnover on the game and gives Daytona State the football back. Ty Morrow looking deep. He's got a man. Is that Claiborne? Yes, it is. Makes a nice grab there. Sets him up on the 3-yard line, and then Brandon Worthington well, I thought he was gonna dive, but he got into the corner of the end zone there, 2-yard touchdown. It's 38-3 now. Cape Coral with the ball back, and then he's gonna. Oh, I thought he was gonna have him. It's just a little inaccurate.
We need a bowl game between the Bullfrogs and the Shadow Stalkers.
That should happen.
Somebody is gonna win that game.
We should probably just show that as an exhibition game and just see who wins. How about that?
Yeah, if you guys are up for it.
That could happen. Rodney Morris. This is the backups are in now. The second team offense and defense. Donnie Clarkston. Good throw there to Brett Armstrong. I like Brett Armstrong. He's a nice little.
Good.
Yeah, he's a little contributor there. Little play action to Temple. That's Brian Temple, and then Lauderdale is gonna pick this off. So Clarkston, go get him! Go get him! Just makes the tackle off of a teammate, so I don't know. He probably wouldn't have had Lauderdale there. Probably would have been a pick 6.
Well, the Bullfrogs have 3 turnovers, so you got something to... What's going on here?
Fumble, another possible turnover, but Rayshawn Clement picks it up on the offensive line. 2nd and 7, Daytona State gets the ball back. Ray Salas is now the lead back because Worthington is on the bench, and it's going to run the clock out. So Daytona State is going to pick up this W. I mean, did you guys ever have any doubt? 38-3 is the final score.
And, well, yeah, that's going to cap off an 11-game losing streak for the Bullfrogs. So definitely a lot of work to be done in the offseason.
Which, by the way, guys, is a little update. We will be showing the recruiting for the offseason. I know we didn't do a whole lot of recruiting updates during the season, but, why not? And kind of have to. We want to see where these teams are trending in the right direction, and if they're not trending in the right direction.
And if there's one thing Cape Coral can do well right now, they can recruit. And it doesn't look that way on the field, but they're a pretty new program. They did attract a lot of talent. They're just really young, so they got some good players coming in for sure as well.
Yep, Florida is a good spot for that. Got Florida, UCF, USF, even Florida State. Obviously, just good spots. Let's go over to the conference standings now. I will admit, I had some guys in the comments, in particular, Skylar Stefanski, you the man. He's keeping track of this stuff.
I will say that it was a little confusing.
Yeah, I made a mistake.
Okay, so basically, I'll run this down here. So Carolina Atlantic controls their own destiny. If they beat Kentucky Tech, they are in. Gallatin needs to beat Clarksville coming up, and they need Carolina Atlantic to lose. Because Gallatin lost to the Drakes, the Drakes do own the tiebreaker. Kentucky Tech is technically still alive. They need Clarksville to win, and they need to beat Carolina Atlantic. So that would force a 4-way tie.
Holy crap.
It would force a 4-way tie, and Kentucky Tech would hold the advantage. If they win and if Clarksville wins. That's the only way. So Kentucky Tech, it's a long shot. Gallatin's a pretty solid favorite, but they are still in this.
Wow.
And if not, then they can still spoil the season for the Drakes. So
right, little rivalry there. Of course, they would want to spoil the Drakes season.
Yeah,
just like Ohio State does for Michigan all the time.
Yeah,
can't ever get out of it.
So
Scranton State, Ohio Western, the two.
The cellar dwellers.
The cellar dwellers right there, 3-8 and 2-9. So they did not have a season to remember.
They definitely did not put themselves in the mix.
But they're young. They got some. They got some people waiting in the wings. So they will be just fine in the future.
I hope they play Cape Coral next year. We'll definitely highlight that game. That will be game of the week, no matter what the competition.
No matter what. All right, let's go over the American South.
Georgia A&M and Greenville are, Georgia A&M leads Greenville by a game. However, they are playing this week, and that is a de facto American South championship game because Fort Lauderdale lost to both of them. So Fort Lauderdale is out no matter what happens. So even if Greenville had won, it would force a 3-way tie. Fort Lauderdale is out.
Exactly.
And here's the top 25. We got UCLA out. Remember last week they were number 2. They just lost to Arizona State. So we got Baylor and Ohio State are 1 and 2. We got Western Kentucky there trying to sneak into the BCS. just giving you a quick rundown of what this looks like right here. I got some Pac-12. Are we getting any votes?
Well, Gallatin is. And,
GAMU and Gallatin. And Fort Lauderdale.
Yeah.
Yep. So
cool.
We're getting some love. You know, when you import a team builder team, they automatically start off 126 and down, and up. So basically, we started from the bottom. Now we're here.
Pretty much. Hopefully, we can carry that momentum in. I mean, we got to have ranked teams.
We'll get some love
for next season.
Probably at the very end of bowl season if we get some W's, and start of next year, because of our overall rating and our winning record the previous year, we'll probably get some love.
Right. Well, we'll go into those bowl projections just in a minute, but we'll go into Heisman Watch.
Jacoby Owens has taken over the lead over Greg Ward. So
who do you guys think's gonna win?
Man, I'll go Greg Ward.
I'm gonna go with Greg Ward. I mean, we probably are. I mean, we're not gonna lie about it. We already know who's gonna win, but is it Jacoby Owens? Are we just saying it's Greg Ward? Are we misleading you? Post in the comments below who you guys think is going to win it. I know we don't have any gameplay to show you of these guys, so you have no idea how they're doing or if it's legitimate or not. But
right, and Houston's in the Big 12 now, so they are getting a little more recognition. So I was going to say it was a mid-major or a non-BCS or a group of 5. Choose your derogatory term. However, you got some San Diego State, Air Force, so yeah, the smaller schools are getting some love here.
They're getting represented.
Yep.
We got Seth Russell there. I don't know. He's probably a long shot for a Heisman chance.
He could still come back if Baylor wins the Big 12. He might play himself into the mix.
Well, that's the thing. They're #1 in the nation right now.
Right.
So I don't know how he's not
the best player on the best team.
Exactly. So that's an interesting part about the Heisman Watch in this game is that they're not getting a lot of love there.
Myles Gaskin tearing it up.
All right, we got some bowl projections as well to show you guys. UT Clarksville against Kansas State. Obviously, this is not what's going to end up happening. Nobody knows exactly what's going to end up happening as far as bowl matchups go, but we've got to show them to you.
We're getting close, however, so
it's winding down.
The closer you get, the more realistic it becomes.
For sure. The Little Caesars Pizza Bowl. We're going to go to that game. It's in Michigan.
I'll pass.
You don't want to see Mississippi State versus Bowling Green.
Yeah, it might. So they got Gallatin and Georgia Tech here in the Belk, so we're still sticking around for the Belk.
Ooh.
Greenville, Oregon,
Ooh.
Independence. Carolina Atlantic, Clemson, Russell Athletic. So seems like we're getting some better caliber opponents than we had last week.
That's a good one right there, too.
Fort Lauderdale in the Kraft Fight Hunger Bowl against
They couldn't secure the sponsorship for Kraft.
I guess
they got everybody else but Kraft.
See Greg Ward's Houston team there in the Alamo Bowl.
Gets USC.
Who's going to win that one here?
I'm going to go with Greg Ward.
Oh, I'd probably go Houston.
Buffalo Wild Wings Bowl.
Louisville. Yep. Lamar Jackson.
Boston College. I love me some Boston College. Eagles. North Carolina, South Carolina, the Chick-fil-A Bowl. That'd be sweet.
Here we go. Charleston, Northern Illinois, projected in the heart of Dallas.
I hope they go.
That'd be a good game.
Florida, Nebraska.
A lot of running.
It's a good game. Florida State, UCLA, Rose Bowl. That's pretty sweet.
Notre Dame, Oklahoma for the Fiesta.
Classic match.
Bama, Wisconsin, possible playoff preview.
Look at Georgia A&M.
That one hasn't changed. We still got GAMU against the U. So whoever wins the conference gets the bid to the Orange Bowl. So, Kentucky Tech, Ball State.
That's kind of a bad matchup for.
Yeah.
That's a bad draw. I mean, I think no matter what, well, you guys have Ohio State, Baylor in the national championship, but I think Kentucky Tech versus Ball State, it's a bad draw for them. They would.
How about
win
a 25-point spread?
My gosh, dang.
All right, so we got senior day here for the Greyhounds. Big game, big rivalry game. They got, as we mentioned before, got the standings here. Clarksville is out, but they could secure a tie for first if they pull off the upset. It would be a minor upset, to be fair. Clarksville is a very game opponent.
Yes. Gallatin's been, they have good game plan every week. They're a game plan type of team. They're never going to blow you out.
Admittedly, Gallatin is peaking at the right time.
Right. This is true. Crispin McKinney's been awesome.
Okay, now we're showing the kickoff. That's bad news.
You know what's going to happen, don't you?
Okay, now, full disclosure, this has never happened to me before. I've been playing NCAA football games since 2000, since whichever one Joey Harrington was on. I've never given up a kickoff
like 2000.
return. I think it was NCAA 03.
Yeah.
That has never happened in my life. And
There's a first time for everything.
The problem was I took control of the guy when I tried to cut across out of bounds. I was taking a shortcut just to see if it would work. Don't do that at home.
Nope, it never did. Corey Summers flips here on the option to Travis Monahan for a well past first down, 21-yard gain there. So that's the thing. Like, Gallatin gets chunk plays.
Yep.
They're big on the chunk plays on offense. Like, look at that. Like, 6-yard gain on a little drag route.
Yep.
I mean, that's huge.
I think the game plan here, don't do anything too crazy. I think Gallatin, they got the win kind of in front of them, so they don't want to really screw it up. Although giving up a kickoff return is one way to do that.
Crispin McKinney checks in after that 41-yard reception to Byron Smalls, changing some plays here. And then McKinney feeling some pressure. He's got, look at the speed.
Yeah,
look at that speed.
He's got
to
wheels,
the corner of the end zone, dives for a touchdown. A 9-yard run for Crispin McKinney. Amazing. This guy is causing a stir down in Gallatin. Is he going to be the starter of next season?
Fans calling in the radio, they want McKinney over Summers. Although, they don't have anything against Summers, but McKinney he is really coming around. He had a huge game against Scranton last week.
Yes, he did. Big pass there to Derek Masonette by Evan Wallace. 3rd and 10 now. Got to get a first down here. And then look at this play going deep. Almost intercepted.
Ferdinand.
Oh, it looked like Fernando. Ferdinand. What was his last name?
Like Franz Ferdinand. Dorsey.
Ferdinand Dorsey. Interesting. So, Clarksville unable to cash in.
Yep. It's still a tied game here.
Doing a little hurry up action here. 2nd and 2. McKinney is still in the game. You guys love some Crispin McKinney. He just adds an extra element on offense, and he can make a good throw too. He's not he's not purely a scrambler. He can make throws.
Yep.
Good throw to Peyton Strahler, and then Travis Monahan busting off a big gain there. 10-yard rush. He's like a bowling ball. He's a little bowling ball.
Yeah, he usually doesn't go down on first contact.
Look at McKinney here, 3rd and 7, and then nobody.
That was a touch pass right there.
That was a great pass. Evan Ramos with the touchdown reception. McKinney 4 of 4 on that.
Oh yeah. So again, he's coming through with the passing game. Definitely wasn't thought of as his forte coming into the year. He came in, he was running a lot of option plays. But he
earned the trust of the coaches. That's pretty much what happened.
Yeah. But Wallace and Pickens, you got to watch out for these guys.
Look at that. Look at that run. Look at that run. I thought he was going to bust it after a little while there. Kory Pickens with a nice run. Wallace dropping back. He's unable to get rid of the football. Sacked for 4 yards.
Yeah, sacks have been a problem for the Bantams. They got to work on some offensive line protections.
Yeah, and then Wallace, he doesn't make a lot of mistakes with his arm, but he's just like the timing.
Right. Well, there's a touchdown there.
Got to get rid of the football a little bit better. Devin Clemens with a touchdown. 5 of 8 now for Evan Wallace for 60 yards and a score. So we head into the middle part of the second quarter. Summers checks back in, and he's... Look at that throw. Oh, Preston Anderson.
He got loose.
Woo!
Busted it.
Touchdown, Preston Anderson. It's a huge gain. Summers 3 of 4 for 106 and a score. So
some people wondering what he saw there, but he knows Anderson's got some wheels, and he can get some he can get loose back there. He's got moves.
I swear, Gallatin is so deep on the bench as well, because you've got McKinney checks in at quarterback. You got Preston Anderson who spells Travis Monahan.
Yep.
Like these guys are just deep. Everybody contributes to every play, it seems. Evan Wallace
making a tight throw there.
Yeah. Who was that? Clancy Bishop.
That's a new name. I haven't seen that much.
Yeah, it doesn't get called a whole lot in these Clarksville games. And then we got Coffee coming in here with a touchdown 11-yard catch. That's big. That's big to tie this football game up 21-21.
Gallatin thought they would win this one. Not easily, but they thought they were pretty comfortable, but they're in a battle here.
Handedly. handedly. You guys saw that play. Look, he's even got elusiveness. Elusiveness. Yep. The guy didn't even come close to touching McKinney on that play.
They're running the option with 50 seconds in the half, too, so they are with all their timeouts. So they're confident they can move the ball down the field with the time running.
44 seconds here as Monahan runs this up the middle. What are they going to call here? 1st and 10.
I think you got to start throwing here.
Good odds. Good odds with that. Why did I include that?
Not sure.
I'm not sure why I included that, guys. I'm not sure. But we're going to keep it anyway, just as raw footage. McKinney actually checked in at quarterback.
Yep, taking off here. Still going on the ground here.
Every time. 13-yard run for McKinney. Oh, here we go again with the play calling. I think I just wanted to show you guys some of the play calls that you make.
Show the thought process.
Show the thought process, because you have some runs there. You got some longer type of passes that you can choose from, but instead, look at, you had Y open, you had B open, but McKinney decides to run the football.
He'll take the first down.
He'll take the first down easy. He's still got 2 timeouts left to go.
Going no huddle here, saving the timeouts.
That's probably why I did it, because you're running the no huddle.
Could be.
No huddle offense there. 30 seconds left. Little play action run.
Trying to set him up.
And then Keyshawn Sharp with a 7-yard catch. 25 seconds now. This is a big drive.
Monahan's out.
It's a huge drive.
Yep.
You kind of needed Travis Monahan a little bit here, but you know, Preston Anderson, I say it all the time. And Monahan, you checked him in.
Monahan, yeah, he wanted in. This is a big spot. He wants in.
He's a gamer.
And he got lit up.
He's a gamer. He just gets right back up and says, "No problem, coach.
Exactly.
I got this thing right here." 21 seconds left in the second quarter, and Corey Summers actually comes back in, complete to Aries right. So now time is starting to tick away here. 13 seconds, 12 seconds.
They want one more shot. One more shot at this.
But you have a timeout.
But you gotta, in case you don't get in.
Look at this play.
There it is.
Yep. Byron Smalls with the 3-yard touchdown reception. It's Corey Summers' favorite target.
One of them. Yeah. You know, Gallatin, they don't really use. They got Sharp and Wright on the outside, but they like throwing. They like the middle of the field for sure.
So great drive there by Gallatin to really stick it to Clarksville there.
Yeah.
Ate up a ton of time and said,
demoralizing. But it's a high-scoring game, so a lot can happen here.
28-21 as we enter the third quarter, and Corey Summers, we got lit up there.
Well,
got a knee to the face. Travis Monahan, big run there up the middle for 13 yards. Middle part of the third quarter, time winding down here, 4:05 left to go. Corey Summers dropping back. He finds his man Monahan yet again, and a fumble. Oh, man, that might have been because he was hurt.
Might not have been all there.
Defender's going to take it all the way back to the house for a touchdown.
Clarksville's got the hat trick. They got the special teams, defense, and offense.
Oh, yeah, that is true.
Yep. Finding ways to score. That's what they need to do here.
The trifecta. That can't happen, though. If this is a big game for Gallatin.
Right. Those are the kind of mistakes that will cost you the game.
Oh, what a throw there. Good spot, good placement to Keyshawn Sharp by Corey Summers. The only spot that his receiver could get it.
Yeah, he's Summers hasn't really had an issue with accuracy. It's more, he wants to take a chance sometimes.
He's a little bit of a gunslinger. Monahan,
he wants to
10-yard rush there. There's a difference between being a gunslinger and wanting to be a gunslinger, a la Matthew Stafford. 3rd and 1, 50 seconds left to go. Corey Summers still in the game. Is he going to Smalls? Smalls isn't even on the field.
Oh, drop pass.
Can't do that. Can't do that. Got to have a touchdown right there. But Cordova's going to come on out, get this field goal.
Yep, leaving points on the board, though. That's a recipe for disaster.
Oh, look at Pickens. Look at Pickens go. He's got one man to beat. Pushes him out of bounds there. 15-yard rush. Guys.
Underrated running back there. It doesn't get a ton of love, but he probably is one of the best forward backs in the conference, I would say.
I would say that. And you decided not to rename Geraldo. It's Gelato.
Let's go Gelato. I meant that.
Yeah.
I didn't notice that mistake until a couple weeks ago.
Yeah, I'm sure that you did.
It's Gelato.
It's Gelato. We'll go with Gelato from here on out. Evan Wallace looking for something. He's got nothing. That's a 4th and 5 situation now. So you're kicking the field goal here. You're not going to take a risk here to try to score. Oh, he barely got it in.
Oh.
He kicked it off the upright.
So we got 1:50 left in a tie game. Season on the line. Driving down the field.
And Anderson's going to get this call here for 9-yard run. And it's up to you now. It's up to the kicker.
Yep.
Is Cordova going to make this field goal as time is winding down? 2 seconds to go. The kick is up.
They didn't freeze him.
And it is good. The game is over. It's 34-31. They had 3 timeouts left to go, and you're right, they did not freeze him at all.
That questionable decision there. I think I would have gone for a freeze, and especially with time winding down. I mean, you don't want to end the game on a kick, right?
There's no reason not to be calling timeouts right there.
No, it's that CPU so-called football IQ.
Oh yeah, where did you find that on a Reddit post or something about college football forum? The illusion of
Now
football?
that has more to do with the physics, blocking and stuff like that.
The physics engine in this game is not the greatest.
Yeah, and to think we were 1 generation away from, or 1 year away from the next generation.
Yep,
It's one of those
Coulda,
historical travesties.
coulda, woulda, shoulda.
Yep.
Coulda, woulda, shoulda. Evan Wallace is feeling that.
Yes.
They're-
Disappointment.
I mean, Clarksville, they had the game. I would say they had like you said, they had the trifecta. They had that fumble recovery for a touchdown. Those are the types of plays that if you're going to win a rivalry game or a big game, those are the plays that you have to have.
Right. And Clarksville, they'll rebound from this, I think. I mean, they're on the cusp. They're really competitive all year. I mean, they're not a Cinderella team. They were definitely there all year. Definitely, they're in the middle of the pack though in the conference with the chance to move up next year. So
I would say so. I think Kentucky Tech probably takes a step back.
could happen.
That's just me. American South.
Yep.
Go ahead.
Here, I mean, now the ball is in Carolina's court, and that's in the next game here, and we got the South. Basically, it's a de facto championship game with the Phantoms versus the hated Peach Panthers.
That's an understatement. I don't see a lot of Georgia A&M fans in the comments section right now.
There's a couple out there, but
there are, but they're not showing their team any support here.
no, a lot of Greenville fans though, so they're anxious.
They're very anxious. I can think of a few off the top of my head right now. Greenville, John Michael Schultz, gonna look at this. He got lit up
Got
on
the
that
pitch
option.
off though, and a huge play here.
Who is that? Is that Michael Fortunato?
Fortunato.
He's a wide receiver.
Got bringing the wide receiver in the backfield.
Oh, look at him get drilled right there.
Yep. He's tough though. Schultz is tough. That's one thing you can say about him for sure.
1st and 10. Schultz dropping back. He's got his man there. I think that's the tight end. I remember. Yeah,
Pruitt.
Kyle Pruitt, 10-yard reception. 3rd and 10 now. This is going to be a defensive battle because both teams have really solid defenses here, and I mean they're going to hit each other hard.
Yeah, you can already tell there's a lot of intensity here. Everybody knows what's on the line.
4th and 13. Greenville kicker comes on out and is not going to be good.
No good.
It's probably too far. We probably need to up the sliders for CPU versus CPU
Yep, we'll look into
kickers. Yeah, we'll look into that one. And look at Paxton Murphy
Oh,
on the
again.
first drive of the game. What is going on with Paxton Murphy?
He's a broken man. It's sad.
Oh, Triple X.
Quadruple X, Brandenburg. We missed a guy. If you guys got any good names,
Jim.
if you guys got any good names, leave
Bob.
one in the comments.
Cooter.
We're gonna get on top of that.
3rd and 10. Michael Schultz after that interception, and then he's going to give the ball right back.
More picks. That's man. When you watch a Georgia A&M game, you know those picks are coming in flurries.
That's Naylor Buckhold. on
Naylor
the
Buckhold with the pick.
interception. Look at
And
that
the return.
But did you see Michael Schultz's yards right there? He's under 20 yards passing. He's 5 for 7.
Yep, coach has got to coach him up here.
Paxton Murphy, 3rd and 10 situation yet again, and they're not going to get the first down there. It's a 7-yard catch to Barry Goodlow.
Oh, I thought you were going to say they're not going to pick the ball off.
Well, that too.
That in itself is a feat.
Yes.
So,
3rd and 6.
Another
Jeremy
hard
Washington, 5-yard catch. Another punt. So they're just trading. They're trading blows here on defense.
right. Defenses are coming up huge here.
Murphy, look at that. 2nd and 10, just an incomplete. Like 5 of 12 for 27 yards. Like
He's
these
got to do
guys-
better. He's the senior.
99 overall. Say it every week because I can't understand what's going on. Fourth and 10, he gets 9. Lamar Moore there. Defense is coming to play. 3rd and 11. Now we're first quarter is winding down. Michael Schultz dropping back. He's got his man there, and yet again, not enough for a first down. 4-yard catch for Julio Brown. We end the first quarter at 0-0.
Not exactly what the experts thought with the offenses, but I mean, like we said, both have good defenses. Just a matter of who's going to get the upper hand so far. Defense.
3rd and 8. Paxton Murphy looking down the field. He's got what he thinks is an open receiver, and it's going to be incomplete again. Oh my goodness, this is one of those Monday night type of games.
Yeah, fans want their money back.
Jeremy Washington gets an 18-yard reception there, so good job by him to pick up the first down, something that hadn't been happening quite a bit in this game. Julio Brown gets a 10-yard rush. So now Greenville's offense is starting to come alive a little bit. Little play action pass. Actually, that's not a pass, it's an option. And Michael Fortunato is going to bust this thing for a touchdown.
Now that's a wrinkle that they threw in prep for sure.
Well, they used him in the opening drive, and they never went back to him since this play.
Yep.
That's huge for Greenville.
He's a playmaker too. They definitely want to get him in the mix.
So touchdown, Greenville up 7-0. Middle part of the second quarter, and then look at this catch and break of a tackle. Is he gonna go all the way? Yes, he is. Touchdown, Sebastian Sessions, 73 yards.
Yep, and that's the one thing with Georgia A&M's wide receivers are very physical. They're big, they're fast, and they're all physical. So, not a surprise that Sessions could get loose there.
Look at this. You got to make that tackle, man. But Sessions,
he's a big dude, though.
Yeah, he totally outmanned that cornerback right there. 3rd and 9. It's a tie ball game now. Michael Schultz has to come alive here.
Yep.
2-minute
John
offense.
Michael Schultz.
Yeah, that's his last name, right? Michael Schultz.
John Michael Schultz.
Oh, is his first name?
Yeah.
Or his middle name?
What
is it? Let us know.
2 first names.
It has 2 first names. Okay.
John David Booty.
I thought it was a hyphenated name like we see so often.
Nope.
Sack here on Paxton Murphy for 10-yard loss, forces 4th and 21, and a good job managing the timeouts is Greenville here. 3rd and 5, up by their 50-yard line, and then you cannot make that throw.
Oh, that is
John Michael Schultz.
That's bad.
Oh, man. You give the ball back to Paxton Murphy on this. 13 of 22 for 71 yards.
Yep, and 17 seconds here, so let's see what they got in store. Clock's running.
They do have a timeout they elected not to use, and then a little slant up the middle, 12 yards, and then, they used it right there, and then a kick is up, and it is no good.
Not even close.
So we go into halftime, guys, 7-7. Can you believe it? I didn't anticipate that. There's no way I even saw that coming.
Definitely low-scoring game here. Probably a game of field position, too.
Sonny Schuler.
Yep, backup running back.
Probably only called his name a couple times so far in this season.
Number 3 back, I believe. Jeremy Washington's the 2. So everybody's getting involved here.
2nd and 5. John Michael Schultz is dropping back here. He's got some pressure on him, and then look at that catch
Go up
by
and get
Michael
it.
Fortunato.
Yep, he's a playmaker. He definitely, like I said, get him the ball. Just feed him the ball.
If I was John Michael Schultz, though, I'd put a little bit more mustard on that and throw it more to the sideline, not a jump ball that he needs to be throwing right there.
Who are you to tell John Michael Schultz how to play quarterback?
I just saw the last interception that he threw, and it was a lob ball. As Charles Davis would say in Madden 18, he lollipopped it, and then he runs into his own teammate.
Butt fumble. Nobody didn't fumble it, so. But it was close.
Did John Michael Schultz just butt fumble? We think he did. 3rd and goal. Jeremy Washington makes this catch, but as so often has been the story here, not enough for a first down or not enough for a score. Greenville kicks this field goal to make it 10-7. So we head into later part of the 3rd quarter here. Paxton Murphy's got the ball. 2:35 left to go in the 3rd, and he finds an open receiver here, gets out of bounds. It's Barry Goodlow for 7 yards. Barry Goodlow seems to be just like the 7-yard guy.
Right.
He makes so many 7-yard receptions, it's insane.
Yeah, they use him in the slot. I mean, they use everybody, really.
2nd and 3. A lot of audibles here by Georgia A&M, probably because they weren't doing that earlier on in the game. And what a catch there by Barry Goodlow for 5 yards.
Yep.
So 5-7.
Yeah, they got to figure something out here. You can't beat Georgia A&M and have 7 points.
And look at this pass here. Good job there by Jabari Butler-Lewis to get 10 yards, but just a little bit short. 2nd and inches. They're running their hurry up now. They're already at 180 yards for Paxton Murphy. Interesting that they're going with the shotgun on 2nd and inches, because the sack obviously puts you way back, and he almost did, but look at that throw there. Strike to Sebastian Sessions for 27 yards. He's already up to 109 receiving yards so far on the game. And then Murphy is going to take off and run for the touchdown.
Underrated scrambler. He can buy some time, find some open space. He can take it.
14-10 now is GAMU. They're on top over Greenville. And then look at that throw. That was a drop. That was a drop. You got to make that catch. You got to help your quarterback out.
Yep. Big game. You can't make mistakes like that.
23 seconds left. Then Murphy's not going to be able to find anybody open. Throw it away, Paxton. Throw it away, man. 8-yard sack there. 3rd and 11 now.
I'm losing track of the sacks and the picks. Missed field goals. I'm losing track.
They're all over the place. And then look at that throw and catch. Unbelievable. Just a huge... Paxton Murphy, I say it every week, it seems like. He's got some grit.
Got some moxie.
When the going gets tough, he starts putting it all on his shoulders and really starts stepping it up. What a throw there. 2 great throws. One to set him up, and then one here for the touchdown to Jabari Butler-Lewis. It's a great throw. 21-10 now, and then look at this throw by John Michael Schultz.
There it is.
I think I'm now qualified to talk about John Michael Schultz's throwing ability.
He really cost them the game here, for sure. Not a very sharp performance, I would say.
No, that's a throw you cannot make. You cannot make that throw.
No.
28-10 will be the score here. You guys can see that replay just to really stick it, right? Georgia A&M tacks on another score. It's 35-10, and then Greenville get the football back here with 1:57. This game is pretty much out of hand now.
Yeah, trying to end on a high note. Trying to give some of the Greenville groupies, close it out on a high note as much as you can here.
John Michael Schultz with 4 interceptions in this game, and then he's going to get this ball rushed up the middle there. 2nd and 1. That's a 9-yard gain for Michael Schultz. He's still in the game.
Well, it's going to be his last game as a Greenville Phantom. So he, definitely want to score just to up the spirits a little bit.
Just a touch. And then
there it is.
Oh, my God.
He John O'Corned that football.
Oh, 5 interceptions.
Yep.
That's a Jared Goff performance.
Well,
if any of you guys remember, do you want to speak on that? You watched that game.
I did.
Jared Goff in a crucial...
big game against Utah. Threw 5 picks.
Yep, his team needed him, and that's what he ended up doing. So this game is over, guys. I don't know much more to say about that other than GAMU really didn't luck out in this one. They just came to play, and they said, this American South is ours. And they just took it from them.
And, they've built up a reputation. A lot of people are not the biggest fans. I think they're kind of like the New York Yankees of the American South, kind of in that vein.
Yep. I told you guys at the beginning of this series that Georgia A&M was going to get like that.
They had to. It's in their DNA.
It's in their DNA. It's in their DNA.
They got loyalty.
They got loyalty to first place every single year, it seems like, in the whatever. It doesn't matter what conference they're in. But,
they're a dominant team right now for sure. And they got more business ahead.
So they're going. They're going to the American Conference Championship game. Now is the question about who they're going to play. Is it going to be Kentucky Tech? No,
they're out.
They're out because you won.
Clarksville lost.
Is it going to be Carolina Atlantic? If Carolina Atlantic takes care of business here against Kentucky Tech, they're in.
If they lose, it's the Greyhounds.
So you guys know the situation. Let's get right into the gameplay, the highlight reel for this crucial game. Alonzo Woodbury still at quarterback for the Drakes here. A little screen pass there to Brett Willoughby, and he's going to get tackled there. 4th and 9 situation. So pretty weak play calling. Pretty weak.
It's conservative.
Jacoby Currington, obviously the playmaker for Kentucky Tech, including I would say Tayshaun Rivers, the running back.
Well, how can you discount Drake and Bingham?
Drake and Bingham are pretty good wide receivers, but I would still say the offense runs through Jacoby Currington for sure. He makes everything go, makes everything happen. He's not a field manager. He's not a general, so to speak, but he does what he needs to do to get the offense to move, for sure. Interesting though that Chris Drake, the wide receiver for Kentucky Tech, is playing against a team with his last name.
Yeah,
the Drakes. I thought that's kind of funny. Chris Drake, 10-yard reception there. 2nd and 9. Kentucky Tech driving down the field. Good throw there, and that is Eric Alvarez. I get those two guys mixed up all the time. One is 84, the other is 81. But Alvarez is in there with a catch for 20 yards. A little hurry-up offense now for Kentucky Tech. They're inside. Let's see, they're at the 10-yard line. At the 10-yard line. Can they punch it in? Going to throw to the sidelines there. That's Darius Wolf. He's also a very, very solid receiver.
Kentucky Tech, a lot of weapons. Again, one of those teams in the North. You know, the South gets all the love, I would say, generally speaking. But Kentucky Tech's got some weapons.
Yep, they can hold their own.
Definitely good offense here.
Look at Tayshaun Rivers, just like mini beast mode that he is, guys. 5-yard touchdown reception. He would not be denied the end zone there. It's going to be 7-0 early on in the game here. 4:55 left to go. So good start there by Kentucky Tech. That's their first drive of the football game.
Plenty of time, but not the greatest start in the world for the Drakes, for sure.
Woodbury dropping back. He's got some pressure there. Good pickup of 10 yards for Royce Webb, but it's not going to be enough for a first down. So they're going to have to punt. Punts it back to Kentucky Tech, and look at that sack there by
Currington goes down.
Yep, Sergio Sanchez. He's a nice player for Carolina Atlantic. He's in on a lot. And then look at this deep pass, Currington to Chris Drake for the 20+ yard reception. 3rd and 9. He's actually going to come out. Currington comes out, and then we got the backup quarterback here.
Throwing a dime.
And look at the name, guys. Look at the name, Darius Wolf, 40-yard catch, but you will notice here in just a second.
Oh, no.
This is the guy that you were supposed to name at the beginning of this series.
He's in the first video.
He's in the first video. You guys are supposed to rename him, and we didn't get any names. So now is the punishment.
Yes.
He's punishing us all.
Now, we noticed this. I mean, Currington, Godspeed. He needs to get better. But, man, when we saw this, we were debating, like, do we keep going or what?
That we did, and then look at and then he gets a touchdown run as well. So
you can't screw over the Blue Bats. So
Adam XXXXXXX.
Yeah.
So that was the dilemma. Guys. Like you were saying, like if we exited this game, we'd be screwing over. Look at that! Look at that interception. Right. Interception for the Drakes there.
They're in total control of this game, but for the quarterback, who, I mean, he's still in there, so we got to come up with a name for this guy. So,
oh my gosh, look at this throw too.
Yeah,
Adam XXXXX making tons of good throws here.
He might. I mean, he's making better throws than Currington.
He could have that. I'm speechless. That was on purpose, guys. Don't think that I screwed that voice up. That was on purpose. Me acting perplexed. Touchdown by Tayshaun Rivers, 4-yard touchdown. That ball should have been picked off.
Yeah, I mean, Drakes are in trouble though. They're 3-score differential.
Like that's what amazed me is that ball should have been picked off. And great throw to Deontay Castle, 23-yard catch there. It's the first quarter. It's 21-0.
Right now, Woodbury, he's got to find that spark inside of him. I think he's got the comeback in him. He's capable.
Let's hope so if you're Drakes fans. But look at that play on defense. Sack by Ronnie Bain. What'd you call him? I'm Mr. Bane?
Mr. Bane? There's a song from the 90s, kids, called Mr. Bane.
Yeah.
But
We'll put a link in the description. This whole game, we're sitting here watching this thing, and he's singing this song, this chorus. I'm Mr. Bane. Third and 14, forces 4th and 14 as Justin Maxwell gets that deflection. So, guys,
we got negative 16 yards for the Drakes in the second quarter, so not their best performance.
Adam XXXXXX dropping back here, and he's actually going to take off. He's got wheels too, guys. Like I said before, he is making all of us pay here in this final game here. A crucial game that we were debating on whether we were going to actually just scrap it so Currington could start. But then, like you said, we would be screwing Blue Bat fans over because of the fast start that they had.
Right.
So for us, it's always first simulation, first score, boom. It's done. It's a done deal. That's the game we're showing. We don't back out of this stuff.
Got lit up here. Good sack by the Drakes. They're trying to hang around in this game.
That's
they froze, though.
Cortez Babcock.
Yeah, he had a brain fart there.
2nd and goal. And then I think that's not Adam. That's Tony Nash.
Yeah,
Tony
actually,
Nash.
He got knocked out of the game. So the Blue Bats are down to their 3rd quarterback.
That's their last quarterback.
Yep.
I believe. I didn't look at the depth chart, but I believe that's their last quarterback. Great diving catch there by Darius Wolf for a 5-yard catch. But that's going to at least stop them a little bit there.
So they got some hope. They're going to need a score for sure prior to halftime. So we'll see what they got.
24-0, and it's not even half. Alonzo Woodbury is going to throw an interception, a costly interception, guys.
And I think you can feel the deflation in the stadium for sure.
Like, this is just not a good start. Not a good start at all. Luckily,
would you
that
say
field
more
goal
deflated than Tom Brady's footballs?
You were gonna make that reference, would you? I love Tom Brady. I love my Patriots. Get out of here. You can leave.
Fans don't want that though.
No, they don't. They don't. Look at this. That was ruled a fumble.
That was fumble?
Yeah, that was ruled a catch. Number 1. I don't think that was a catch. That was Tanner Gossett, the wide receiver. One-handed catch.
Did he make a football move? Did he complete the process?
I don't think it was a fumble.
Are we going to get a review or no?
They ended up reviewing this call.
Well, the Drakes' season pretty much hangs in the balance here, so they will need this call.
That's not a catch.
No way.
Like, there's no way. Number 1, if they do rule it a catch, it wasn't a fumble because the ball hit the ground.
4th and 6, going for it.
Yep,
right
they have
half?
to go. They have to go for it. And then look at that. Look at that grab. Deontay Castle stepping up, 33-yard catch.
But no dice.
But yeah. So there's not much to say, guys. 24-0 at the half. Like, it's gonna have to be a major comeback. But as you guys can see, the Blue Bats are already in scoring position here as Tayshawn Rivers gets a 2-yard catch. 3rd and 12 now.
This is still Nash here, right? Correct.
Yes, Chris Drake for the 12-yard catch, 4th and inches. Are they going to go for it? No, they're going to kick a field goal.
Well, they're down 4 touchdowns. They kept it a 4-score game.
Oh man. You know, the sad part is with a 27-0 score, as I'm watching this football game take place. Well, the illusion of football, the simulation of this game take place, is all of the Kentucky Tech fans are ecstatic right now. But I feel like there's more Carolina Atlantic fans in the comment section.
Yeah, it's a vocal fan base for sure, and I think they're going to be disappointed with the result here. Definitely, we know Carolina's got a better game in them, in there somewhere. Just didn't show up here.
So. A part of me wishes that they could have seen Justin Weir throwing the football rather than Alonzo Woodbury, like the senior Justin Weir. Good job.
We got a score here, and with Weir, I mean, the season could have turned out differently for sure. Weir's obviously the better quarterback.
Oh, he's the man. Justin Weir is the man. Like, he could not. If you played against him, there's no way you would be able to stop him. Like, I would suffice to say that he's better than Paxton Murphy in his offense.
Well, he probably wouldn't turn the ball over as much, but yeah, I mean, the Drakes, let's see, 4th down here, and that's the season, I think.
Yeah, that's pretty much it. They needed to get that converted. We decided to do a little bit more commentating, you know, because this game is pretty much over, guys. They're down 20.
Well, that's what real life announcers do when they lose interest in the game.
Yep.
If it's a blowout. So.
Yep, pretty much. And then Eric Alvarez gets an 18-yard catch there. That's I mean,
still slinging the ball here. Still hurry up. Ouch.
Yeah. Tony Nash 14 of 17.
You got to get the third stringer some reps though.
I guess. But they're all hurt. And then look at this touchdown too. Michael Bingham, wide open catch there, 13-yard touchdown. So 15 of 18 for a score. Is Tony Nash the third stringer? So Carolina Atlantic at home did not show up.
No, they like we said, maybe the season when it turned out differently with Weir healthy. But that's a tough loss, especially when you control your own destiny, even with the backup, Woodbury. They could have won this game, could have saved their season. It's going to go down in the books as a second-place finish, so or technically third.
Well, this opens up the door for Gallatin.
Correct. So
Gallatin's
we are looking at a Gallatin Georgia A&M American final. So huge game. Gallatin lucks out here. Wasn't the best performance for the Drakes, and Greyhounds will take advantage of that. So
yeah, you guys have to know that this was not fixed, because honestly, I was pulling for Carolina Atlantic, and if Carolina Atlantic had won that game, they'd be going. They'd be going. Gallatin would have been out.
So
right?
Yeah, Fort Lauderdale here against Charleston. So now Charleston's on the bowl bubble now. They're looking at an at-large, so they gotta hope some teams lose. Fort Lauderdale closes out the year on a pretty good streak. Started 1-3 in conference, and they won out. So that was a big year for them.
And then Ohio Western, you guys saw that, blew Scranton State out.
Yes.
So that's also a big. All right, let's go into some bowl projections. We got Kansas State against Fort Lauderdale, so that's kind of an okay game.
Going to St. Petersburg for the Piranhas.
I'm in the R&L Carriers New Orleans Bowl. Yay!
Get hyped.
Not really, but one of the first bowl games of the year, always.
You got Georgia A&M, Virginia Tech, and the Belk. This will be the third time that the Hokies have squared off against a team from the American. Greenville here, coming off that sour defeat, going to Shreveport, playing possibly Boston College. We'll see how it shakes out. We got all the conference title games left to go. Carolina Atlantic, Colorado in the Fight Hunger Bowl. Clarksville, Minnesota, Heart of Dallas. And look at this, they are projecting Gallatin to beat Georgia A&M. We will see if that comes to fruition. Looks like our opponent will be the ACC champ. Could be Miami, Kentucky Tech, Mississippi State in the BBVA Compass Bowl.
Sweet. So pretty solid bowl games, I would say, all around.
Right.
They fit. Daytona State definitely fits. They're 7-5 team. You know, you deserve to be playing in one. You're one of the weaker teams, right? Daytona State is one of the weaker teams.
One of the weaker bowl teams.
Yeah, right.
I'd say.
Right.
I did notice a lack of Charleston. That's concerning.
Yeah.
They got locked out of the American bids. They were put up for the at-large.
Hopefully they get in, but normally they're gonna need some help in the last week of the season, I would say.
Right. They're gonna need some people bumped out. The problem is there aren't any 6-6 teams really left, so they kind of need some chaos in the BCS. Maybe reshuffle the deck a little bit downstream.
Yep.
So we will see. I mean, usually when they get to these bowl projections, they're fairly accurate. There's not a ton that changes, but we'll see with like BCS at larges. It might push people down a peg. So we will find out. But Charleston definitely needs some help. I wanted to see him get in, though.
Yeah, I did too.
We want to see as many of our teams as possible in bowl games.
We realize that not everyone's gonna make it, but you know, when they're eligible, you want to see them get in. So.
For sure.
But guys, that is it for this episode. Like I said, we wanted to throw this out here in the smack dab middle of the week. as a thank you for all of your support, love, and support of the series. And
this is our longest video, I believe, other than the intro.
Well, it's because we had a ton of games. We had 4 games.
Yep.
So if you guys,
a lot of hype, a lot of content for this week in particular, a lot on the line. So
yeah.
Now that we know how it shook out, are you guys happy? Are you mad? Are you depressed? I know. I mean, I bet you 90% of our audience wanted Greenville versus Carolina Atlantic, and then they get Georgia A&M Gallatin.
They get the opposite, but that's real life. That is real life. We can speak on this.
Right.
If you look at Major League Baseball, the World Series, I know most of you guys probably aren't really into baseball, maybe, but the playoffs this season was chocked full of interesting teams, not like the normal Cardinals, Red Sox.
Well, I mean, Houston
Yankees,
won. I was happy.
But Houston won, and we were happy, right? But it normally just doesn't happen. You always get the traditional powerhouses. And just when you think that a cool team is going to take control.
How about Washington, Alabama from a couple of years ago?
Oh, yeah.
That was one of those.
Yep, that was one of those.
You know, Washington State, every year, Mike Leach is in contention to get to the Pac-12 title game, and he loses the Apple Cup. So, stuff like that. Michigan, every time they have some hopes, it's throw it down the trash.
Yeah. Ohio State fans rejoice.
So, I guess you don't always get what you want, unfortunately. But
yeah. Well, next
now
season,
Gallatin, they are peaking. Well, last game notwithstanding, that wasn't their greatest game, but I do feel like Gallatin is peaking at the right time. So, and Georgia A&M as well, also peaking. So I think the hottest teams down the stretch got into the bowl game the conference title game. Although I will say Gallatin's schedule, missing Georgia A&M and Greenville regular season, that helped put them over the top, I think. But you don't know that for sure.
Well, if you look at Daytona State's schedule, they had to play some really, really, really tough teams.
Correct.
So the fact that we went 7-5 and we held our own with a terrible defensive roster, defensive set there, I'd say that Daytona State did good enough. Good enough. Not great. Ty Morrow's got to cut down on the interceptions, but
yep. The loss to SMU, that was one of the low points of the better American teams.
Yeah.
Well, losing to SMU at home.
Yeah. Would have been 8-4.
Right. It's still, I mean, you take what you can get. It was a successful season overall. But we still have to see how it'll shake out. Especially, I mean, I'm a big bowl game fan. I'm a bowl game proponent. I'd probably take bowl games more seriously than some of the players, I feel like you get to a bowl game, like, that's like a statement. Like, you got to win that bowl game.
Yep. It's got to come to, it came down to this. This is your last game. Well, I mean, this last game of the season, but for most, it's their last game of their college career. It's time to really go out on a high note.
Yeah. And, you see a lot of guys, they play in the BBVA Compass Bowl, and they just go through the motions. It's an exhibition game.
Yeah, they check out.
I feel like bowl games, I'm a bowl game,
connoisseur.
I guess. I'm a proponent.
Well, like I said, guys, that is it for this week. We will see you Saturday for the conference championship game between Gallatin and Georgia A&M. Post in the comments below, like my brother said here, post in the comments below if you're happy, sad, depressed, whatever emotion you're feeling, pissed off, angry, you hate the Peach Panthers, or if you love...
We want to hear from you.
...the Peach Panthers. Post it in the comments below and let us know, and then we'll go from there.
Yeah, GAMU fans, speak out. You guys are getting ganged up on right now.
Yep.
Not everybody hates you right now, but you got to stand up for your team.
Stand up for the team, man. Paxton Murphy all the way, right? All right, guys. We'll see you in the next week. If you like it, leave a like. And even if your team lost, leave a like if you like the content. I know it's hard. Push that little thumbs up. Supports the channel, supports the video, supports the series. And guys, if you're new here, if you like it, love it, you want more of it, you know what to do. Hit that little red subscribe button or my logo in the bottom right corner. And I'll see you guys in the next video on Saturday. We'll put it up on Saturday afternoon before noon. before the games.
Before bedtime.
Before bedtime. Before you go nighty-night.
For the third shift people, though, they might catch it.
They might catch it. All right, guys, so we'll see you later. And as always, peace.